Okay, hi everyone. This is Mike at Home Track. Today is July 13th, 2026, and we're going to cover the first couple of races at Gulfstream Park today. But I did want to talk to y'all about something important, kind of cover uh, what we're trying to accomplish here. And as most of you know, horse racing is a parimutuel sport, and you are meaning that you are betting against the other betters and not against a house. Um, the other betters are, along with you, are setting the odds of the horses by the amount that they put on each horse. And the other thing that you have to overcome is not only the competition, but also the house take, which is pretty high for sports betting. In the normal world, you might get a 10% line on football. Here, your take is about 14 to 20%, depending on the track. So you got a pretty tall hill to climb. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't be successful. We just got to figure out ways that maybe the information that they're basing their bets on is information that is skewed or incorrect. And I'm not saying that the people putting out the daily racing form or any of the other numbers are doing it incorrectly. They have great numbers, but we have to look at where those numbers came from and how they were derived. And that's what we try to do here. We go back and we look at every prior race and try to determine, did that number get earned in a way that is equivalent to what it should have been. And a lot of times the horse will have trouble, and that's what we try to spot. Or it may have had an absolute fantastic trip, and the number that is posted, the speed rating may be too high. So either way, we can spot these things by looking at the prior races to see where these numbers came from, and that will give you the advantage, and that will add value, and will help you overcome the competition, and help you overcome the prior or the house take. So uh, yesterday we had a really good day. If you look at the Saratoga card, and I urge you to do so, go back and look at the Saratoga videos. There was two of them. It was broken out by races, but there was a lot of good information in there that led you or should have led you to some winners, and they weren't just real short prices either. So there's good information. When you're listening to me, I'm using specific language. I try to be very consistent in the language that I use because I want you to hear a key word and say, oh, yeah, that reminds me of something. He used that word before, and this is what he means. There's a lot of patterns in horse racing that develop, and you'll see when certain words are used or certain circumstances, they tend to repeat themselves in following races. So there's a lot of clues in what I'm saying in guiding you into who the likely winner will be, or at least the horse that has the best value, so that he may not be the likely winner, but his price is so good that if he does win, the value will be tremendous for you. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here, and I just wanted to be clear on that. Watch the videos all the way through, and watch them a couple of times if you have to kind of get the feel for the language that is being used, and what I'm looking at, what I think is important. Again, you may be thinking, well, everybody can go back and look at the races. It just takes a lot of time. It really does, to make good notes. You do get some notes in the daily racing form. Maybe about 50% of the time they cover everything. A lot of times they're not even accurate. So I go back and I check every race. I study them and take notes on what I think is important to give you a much bigger advantage when you are looking at the form and trying to determine who the fastest horse will be that day. So I'll go ahead and cover a couple of races at Gulfstream. I'm not even sure if I'll get the first one up, but we'll go through it. It's an 8-furlong turf maiden claimer. Number 1 is Whiskey Wim. Whiskey Wim fell back early, came out on the turn, entered the stretch 5 wide, finished strong, and this horse could improve. Number 5 is Come On Poppy. This horse chased a really fast-paced early, took the turn, entered the stretch 4 wide, finished strong, and could improve. Number 6 is Love of Jay. First time on the turf, probably better suited for this horse. Didn't fare well on the dirt. Number 7 is Copper Creel. This horse raced on the rail, closed well, but flattened in deep stretch. And this horse could improve going back to the turf. Number 11, Galega, ran off a pre-race in the last one, was difficult to load. Took the first turn 5 wide. He was 4 wide in the second turn, entering the stretch. Closed well, is dropping, and this is his 3rd career start, so this horse could improve. Let's move on to race 2. It's an 8-furlong dirt claimer. Number 1, Mamuka, had a strong 4-furlong work on July 4th. Raced the 6th path in the backstretch. Took the turn about 2 wide. He veered in. He chased the leader and he finished well. Number 2 is Golfaxi. He fell back, came up and took the turn on the rail, charged after the leaders, but fell flat. Horse is dropping, so could improve. Number 3 is Margarita. This horse broke from the rail, hit traffic in the first turn, rode the 3-path backstretch, was 4 wide entering the stretch, finished okay, and dropping could improve this horse. Number 4, Terry T. Rode the 3-path in the backstretch, took the turn and entered the stretch 3 wide, charged at the leader, but was caught by a closer. This horse finished really strong. Number 6 is Cuddled the Kitten. Cuddled the Kitten broke in from the 3-hole to grab the rail at the start. Chased early, an early duel that set up a really fast pace there. Cuddle the Kitten came to the 2-path on the turn to take the lead, held off the chaser, and finished well. So those are the first 2 races. And again, go back and look at some of the prior videos we put up, and you can all get the results. Check on those and see what kind of language, what the patterns start to develop on who the winners are, or long shots that came in second that may help you in your exotics. But I think you'll find it very interesting if you start to really look at how these horses ran in prior races and how that can give you a good idea of how they're going to run in the future. All right, I'll get to work on the rest at Gulfstream, and I'll post later. Talk to you soon.